Moving to a new place can either be the best decision of your life or your biggest regret. And the difference comes down to what you know before you pack that first box. Today, I'm going to walk you through the most important things you need to know before moving. Whether you're moving across town or across the country, these tips will save you money, time, and a whole lot of stress. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear checklist that makes your move smooth instead of a nightmare. I've helped hundreds of people plan their move over the years. I've seen what works and what doesn't. I watch people make expensive mistakes that could have been avoided with simple planning. And I've also seen people have smooth, stress-free moves because they knew exactly what to do. Today, I'm sharing the real-world lessons from people who have learned the hard way so you don't have to. Point number one, research your new neighborhood like your life depends on it. Here's the thing, most people pick a place based on pictures online or a quick drive-through. That's a huge mistake. You need to visit the neighborhood at different times before you commit. Go on a weekend morning to see the commute traffic. Go on a Friday night to check for noise and activity. Go on a Sunday afternoon to get a feel of the community vibe. So what does this mean for you? Look for things pictures won't show you. Is there a train nearby? Are there loud businesses like bars or nightclubs? What's the parking situation? Does the area feel safe at night? Check Google reviews of the neighborhood. Join local Facebook groups and ask residents real questions. Talk to people who actually live there when you visit. Ask about internet noise, service noise levels, and what they wish they'd known before moving in. 5 hours of research now saves you months of regret later. Don't skip this step. Point number two, the real cost of moving is way more than you think. Most people budget for the moving truck and maybe some boxes. Then they get hit with a bunch of surprise costs they never saw coming. Moving costs way more than you just renting a truck. And if you don't plan for the real expenses, you'll blow your budget fast. So what does this mean for you? Here's what actually costs you need for your budget. Your security deposit, usually 1 month's rent, moving truck or professional movers, boxes, tape, bubble wrap, and packing supplies. Cleaning supplies for both your old and new place. Utility deposits and connection fees for electricity, gas, water, and internet. Gas or travel costs if you're moving far. Food for moving day because you won't have time to cook, new furniture, or items you'll need for your new space. Sometimes your old furniture doesn't fit or work in a new place. Here's my rule. Take whatever you think it'll cost and add 30%. That buffer saves you from stress and scrambling for money halfway through your move. Point number three, timing your move can save you hundreds of dollars. The day and the month you move matters way more than you think. And most people never consider this when planning. Everyone moves at the end of the month, especially during summer. That's when moving companies and truck rental places charge the most because the demand is sky high. So what does this mean for you? If you have any flexibility, move mid-month instead of at the end. Move on a weekday, especially Tuesday or Wednesday, instead of a weekend. Avoid summer if you can, especially May through August. Winter moves are usually the cheapest because fewer people want to move in the cold weather. And here's a pro tip. Book your movers or renter truck at least 4 weeks in advance. Last minute bookings always cost more and you might not even find availability. These simple timing changes can cut your moving costs in half. Same move, same amount of stuff, way less more. Quick pause. If you find these tips helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button right now. It helps more people who are planning to move find this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button because I drop videos every week that make your life easier. All right, let's keep going with the last 2 tips that'll save you the most headaches. Point number 4, declutter before you pack a single thing. This is the mistake that costs people the most money and creates the most stress. And almost everyone makes it. People pack everything they own without thinking about what they actually need. Then they pay to move things they don't even want. So what does this mean for you? Before you even think about boxes, go through everything you own. Make 3 piles: keep, donate, and trash. Be brutally honest with yourself. If you haven't used something in a year, you probably don't need it. Moving is the perfect time to start fresh. Get rid of old clothes you never wear. Donate books you'll never read again. Throw away broken things you've been meaning to fix for months. Let's go all off kitchen gadgets you once used. Sell valuable stuff you don't need on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. That puts money in your pocket. Donate things to Goodwill or a local charity. You'll get a tax deduction and help people. The less you move, the less you pay. Movers charge by weight and time. Trucks charge by size. Plus, you'll feel amazing starting fresh in your new place with only things you actually use and love. This one step can save you hundreds of dollars and hours of unpacking time. Point number 5, pack a first night box. This is the single best tip that nobody tells you about, but it makes a huge difference. After a long day of moving, you'll be exhausted. Boxes will be everywhere, and you won't want to dig through 50 boxes to find your toothbrush or phone charger. So what does this mean for you? Pack one special box that you open first. Label it clearly, open first, in big letters with a marker. Put it in your car, not the moving truck, so you know exactly where it is. Here's what goes in it: toilet paper and paper towels for every bathroom, hand soap and trash bags, phone chargers for everyone, a change of clothes for each person for the next day. Basic tools like a screwdriver, scissors, and a box cutter for opening other boxes, snacks, and water bottles. Any medicine you or your family takes daily, toothbrushes and toothpaste, and a few plates, cups, and utensils so you can eat without unpacking your whole kitchen. This one box saves your first night. You can shower, sleep, and wake up ready to tackle unpacking without stress or emergency store runs at 9 p.m. at night. Trust me on this one. You'll thank yourself the moment after you arrive. What happens when you ignore these 5 tips? Let me walk you through a real case study that shows what happens when people ignore this advice. A young professional got a new job after in a different city. Excited about the opportunity, they rushed through the entire moving process. They found an apartment based solely online, photos, and one quick virtual tour. No neighborhood research, beyond a basic Google search. They hired the cheapest movers available on Craigslist without checking reviews. Everything got packed that night before the moving day, and nothing was decluttered or thrown away first. Here's what happened on moving day. The movers arrived 3 hours late with a truck that was too small for all the belongings. This required 2 trips, which immediately doubled the moving cost. During the loading process, the movers damaged a television, broken lamp, and scratched a dining room table. When they finally arrived at the new apartment late that night, the problems continued. The apartment was located next to a busy intersection with constant traffic noise. A bar 2 buildings down blasted music until 2 a.m. every Friday and Saturday night. None of this was obvious from the online photos or the quick virtual tour, because everything had been packed without decluttering. Boxes filled every room for over a month. Important work documents needed for the new job couldn't be found for almost a week. This created unnecessary stress during the critical first days at the new position. Let's look at the financial impact. The original move-in budget was $800. The actual cost exceeded $2,300. The extra mover trip added $600. Replacing the broken television and lamp cost $400. The security deposit was first month's rent at $1,200, which was factored into the original budget, until connection fees totaled $250. Cleaning supplies for both apartments cost $75. Emergency food purchases during the move week added another $100. Within 6 months, the noise became unbearable. They broke the lease early, losing the entire security deposit. Then they had to move again to a quieter neighborhood. This meant paying all the moving costs twice in 1 year. Total financial loss from pure planning, over $4,000, plus countless hours of stress and frustration. Now here's the important part. Every single problem in this case study was completely preventable. Proper neighborhood research would have revealed the noise issues. A realistic budget with a 30% buffer would have been prevented financial panic. Booking movers in advance with verified reviews would have avoided the damage and delays. Decluttering before packing would have reduced cost and unpacking time, and the first night box would have eliminated the chaos of the first evening. This example shows exactly why the 5 tips I've shared today matter so much. These aren't just nice to know suggestions. They're the difference between a smooth move and a disaster that costs you thousands. Moving doesn't have to be stressful. When you research your neighborhood, budget correctly, time it right, declutter first, and pack smart, everything changes. Remember this, a little planning before you move saves a lot of problems after you move. If this video helped you, hit the like button so more people can find it. Drop a comment and tell me where you're moving to, or share your best moving tip. And subscribe, because I make videos every week that make life simpler. Your next move could be your best move. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.